All right, Josh, give us the intro one more time.
I look so horrifying. Okay, there you go. It's gone. The Rainbow Man. Welcome to This Is Difficult, the podcast. Nice and simple. No weird jokes. Not even going to attempt to make any jokes that no one's going to understand. So introducing ourselves now. I am Lord Yeshua. Welcome. It's Josh here in the flesh. Paul Ryugami-san right there. It's his channel. That's what that wave was for that you couldn't hear. And then you got Zach, another letdown over there. And,
what's up, everybody?
Now that you can hear us, you'll be less pleased. I promise. But
you will not be let down.
No. That's what I meant.
All right.
Welcome, my friends, to the podcast. Paul,
another disastrous start to a podcast. So yeah, oh, 4Gs, can you still not hear us?
What?
Please tell me you can hear us now.
He said he want to hear the jokes.
I want to hear the jokes? Okay. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. You got me scared. Anyway, so the reason we're having so many issues is because I had to slap my streaming setup back together for tonight because I just moved. I just moved to a totally new house, totally new studio. I'm still not done with soundproofing this room. I don't have the new desk for this room either, so I was kind of waiting to get that all set up. So I just kind of threw stuff together for tonight, hoping it would work. And yeah, well, it's kind of working. It's kind of working. But that's what I've been up to. Anyway, so you guys,
yes,
how have you been? Tell me about your lives. Tell me about the games you've been playing.
Terrible life. But video games have been good.
That's good. We like video games.
Yeah, video games have kind of been the consistent part of life lately. Although I did go to a rad concert last night. I saw a Tupperware Remix Party, or TWRP, last night. And I maintain that they are some of the hardest workers in rock and roll. Over the course of the pandemic, they released 2 of their own full-length records, 5 extended plays, like the 5-song EPs.
That's
and
incredible.
2 collaborations with Ninja Sex Party, all while keeping up a fairly consistent Twitch schedule.
Isn't Tupperware one word?
The Tupperware Remix Party, I don't actually think they go by that name anymore. I think they were sued by Tupperware.
Oh, no.
You can't make it 2 words.
TWRP now.
I was like, the TW implies that Tupperware is 2 words.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But I think they made it 2 words to try and not
to try and beat the
they got it anyway. So yeah, no, they were absolutely spot on. Really, really good performance. Very nerdy. So definitely check them out if you're into nerd music. It's all like synthwave, feel good music. So
it was like Donkey Kong.
Cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool. What games have you guys played?
Josh, why don't you start?
Oh man, we had a good one. Me and Colin have been playing some cool shit. So here, let's see. So right now we're running through Super Mario 3D World again, of course. Love that game.
Good game.
Yeah.
And then let's see. We played a lot of mods. What do? We Colin got this sweet rewinder. So you can the other person basically take turns playing levels, and the other person rewinds if you fuck up instead of save state. A literal rewind feature to bring you back on life. So we played 6 golden coins. I forgot we did that. We beat 6 golden coins. It's so fun. We did it in one sitting. And literally if you walk off the edge by accident, you just get brought back. And it's all right, try again. Just to make the game a little more fun. Yes, and then I'm talking about the Zelda Dump Blast. So for those this is one of the coolest fucking things.
Hey Josh, can I pause you for 2 seconds?
No, fine.
Try to stay a consistent distance from your microphone.
No, dude, it's on my table.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hold it.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Okay. Damn it, you ruined the momentum. No,
go ahead.
All right, so we're just sitting. Yes. The rewind was really cool. So we did that with Super Mario World. We beat that twice, actually, Star World and regular. But then the big thing was, so as you all may have heard, there was a huge data dump for the N64 in 2021. And those that don't know,
well, it was for everything Nintendo,
everything,
right?
Yeah. It was a huge. But in N64 specifically, there were a lot of things that were wow, we thought we discovered everything.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, there's so much more. So just to cut through it, there was one for the original Zelda 64, not Ocarina of Time, but something that was supposed to come out in 1997.
Wait.
You're hearing this correctly, yes.
Is this for the 64 Switch thing?
No. This is a data dump that.
Oh, just like stuff that was. Oh my god!
It was called like the mega leak or something like that.
The mega leak or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was all things Nintendo. It was a huge, huge data dump.
For the Ocarina of Time one, there were like pieces to original dungeons, pieces to different like bad guys, different areas, like items and everything that were actually placed in like the data, but not necessarily implemented. And so someone, I hope they do this with everything, like from that dump, but someone took all the pieces, I guess, or a bunch of modders or whoever, and emulator people, took all the pieces basically and like put them into a playable ROM. So like what it would have been like, what it would have felt like to play the beta of Zelda 64, basically, they put it in there. And the start menu is like, you can select like areas and stuff because it's not sewed together properly. So you like go to the castle, you like go to the field, you're an adult Link with like the horse, and like, it's so fucking cool.
That is really cool.
It's really cool. There's even like a Deku Palace and a Dodongo's, whatever, like those first two dungeons, like the beta versions of that are like completely playable, with the bosses and everything. It's really fucking cool. As a Zelda fan, it's like one of the coolest things we've ever played. Colin,
that's really neat.
But sounds it's like, cool. If you have the if you can play Zelda like Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask emulator or ROM, whatever, then you can download this. So just look up data dump, or no, it's I would look up Space World Zelda 64, and then the video will most likely have the link to download this ROM. It's so fucking cool. Literally, we like actually didn't even know what we were doing because like all the controls are different, everything's set up different, and the areas are different. You're like, I've never even seen or played this before as a Zelda fan who's played this game hundreds of times, and it's just one of those amazing things. So that was definitely the coolest thing we played. We're probably going to play that again after. I forgot. We were playing through Mario. I thought we were going to do that, but then I remember we said we might finish that. We still got to see some more stuff in the adult timeline or whatever. I don't know. There's no real story. It's just like scenes it plops you into. It's
really that's cool though. Like,
it's so cool. Yeah. Just to even play like the Deku Palace or whatever, the Great Deku Tree, like in a different way was like so fucking cool. Very cool. Anyway, that's what I played.
Cool. Zach, how about you, man?
Well, do you want me to go next, or do you want me to go right before the review?
Oh, that's fine. I can go because I don't have much to talk about.
All right, why don't you go?
As I stated before, I've been moving. And I haven't really played many games at all. But I have played a little bit of my Game & Watch, which is that's I don't have the actual device because I've actually been playing it, and it's in my room. And I got with like Black Friday sales and stuff, I was able to get the Switch version of what do you call it? Dark Souls remastered. Which is a blast. I've been really, really into the Souls games lately, to the point where I kind of maybe have a new streaming segment dedicated to it. So it's been fun. I just wanted to have a way to play a Souls-like experience on the go, and most of the knockoff Souls-style games on the Switch are ass tier, like really bad. So
yeah,
I was like, I want the real deal, and it was on sale. It was 50% off, so I figured, no time better than the present to pick that up, and I've been playing a little of that, and it's just as punishing as I would have expected it to be. So it's good.
Except
it's fun.
Joy-Con drift. No, I'm just kidding.
I've actually only had that problem once, and I was able to fix it myself. So, fingers crossed. But
so you're doing something right then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anywho, that's it for me. I been moving.
I feel like an overachiever here because my list is a mile long. I was jonesing for some Metroid after Dread.
Hey.
And I was like, my wife can tell you, I was like wandering around the house. I looked like a junkie. I was like, I need to play some Metroid. I want to play some Metroid. I got to play Metroid. And I didn't want to start, Super or Original again. But eventually it just got so bad that I was like, all right, I'm going to play Super Metroid again. And I did. I played it all the way through.
Oh, wow.
I forgot. Like, the last time I played it, which was maybe a year or two ago, I didn't finish it because something else came out and distracted me. Yeah. So this time I did, and I remembered about the first probably 2/3 of the game, and then the back third, I was like, oh my God, I don't remember any of this.
I am with most games. Like most games I've played like halfway to 2/3 through about 1 million times, but I've only ever beaten them once.
Right. So like Ridley absolutely took me to task. Yeah. I was like, I can't beat this. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Finally, I realized, oh wait, there's actually an easy way to do this. And I did it, and I was like, oh man, now I feel like I've been bashing my head against the wall for nothing.
What was the easy way?
I mean, it was days ago at this point. I don't actually remember, but like when you compare it to the Mother Brain fight at the end, like Mother Brain took me 3 tries. I was like, oh,
Mother Brain, not that.
That was a bit of a joke.
Yeah. Not OG.
So
OG Mother Brain is so freaking hard.
OG Mother Brain is a nightmare. Yeah. That took me a lot of effort.
One-shot you actually, but you have to take a long time, I think.
There's just too much shit flying at you, and it like the knockback is just so bad.
The blowback is the worst.
It's worse.
But I now having played Super Metroid again more recently, I'm like confident in my ranking again. That Super Metroid is still my favorite.
It's really good.
The one thing I just don't like about it is there's no indication of what you're supposed to blow up to get to advance sometimes.
Yeah, that's kind of typical of Metroid, though, for the most part.
But interesting, though, like when I played Dread, like that felt instinctual, though. Like it doesn't always show you things at first, and you just like instinctively shoot around and like
right.
A regular Metroid person,
Yeah, but in Super Metroid, you also get the scanner.
The scanner.
And you can also use super bombs to expose stuff as well.
That's true,
And you can get your super bombs back pretty quickly, which is nice. Super Metroid, great. A few weeks ago, I had mentioned wanting to go back and replay Rayman. Well, it's on Classics Reloaded.
Hey.
And we had a dumb staff meeting that I didn't feel like paying attention to.
Rayman?
The original. For, I think, MS-DOS.
The original was on DOS? I thought it was on, like, PlayStation.
It was. Oh, wow. But it runs in... I should say, it runs in DOSBox.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that necessarily means it's for DOS or not, but...
Gotcha.
It runs out of DOSBox. And so I played the first couple of levels. I'm like, oh, this game is actually ass.
Yeah, Rayman didn't get good after Rayman 64.
Right.
Honestly, arguably only the most recent 2 Rayman games are amazing.
Rayman Legends, I hear, is really good.
Rayman Legends is really amazing. Rayman Origins, though, is absolutely phenomenal because they put a tethering on the momentum, basically, in Legends that kind of holds you back from going OP. And in Origins, you can, like, literally, like Mario style, use your momentum to, like, keep going and going and going. It's really more intense.
So it was, that was an experience. I played that for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and I was like, okay. I'm done now. This I've done learning and growing. I'm good. I'm moving on. We made some progress in Gears Tactics. A lot of learning and growing was done on that. Mostly about Parsec because Parsec was killing Alex the other day. And he ended up having to tether his laptop.
Parsec, more like Parsuck. Am I right?
No, you're not, because it's
really the best remote play after. It's the best remote play.
And playing a game like Gears Tactics, which is ostensibly a single player game with a second person, just makes it so much more fun.
Oh yeah,
we're standing. I mean, we're going through very slowly, but we're bouncing ideas off each other. The chat has time to pipe up. It's really a good experience.
Not only that, like Colin has set up for our Parsec when we do 1-player games so that both of our controllers are 1 player. And so literally like, oh, okay, just do this. And like someone else will immediately, with no swapping at all, like take over. So that's really cool. Like if we're playing Zelda even in 1-player
Absolutely.
Mode,
yeah,
just
definitely.
Like whoever wants to control at that time.
Yeah,
really
I was just joking, guys. It's
really good.
So good. No, we're building
up for the audience.
Shamali and I finished up the story and got into the free play mode on Lego Marvel Superheroes. Had an absolute ball. Really enjoyed that. We're playing that with Adam kind of watching over our shoulders. He's already beaten it, so if we get stuck, he'll be like, "Oh, you need to do this thing," and then he'll go back to drawing.
I dropped in on your guys' stream the other night. Yeah.
And it's an absolute ball. I mean, it's not difficult. It's super straightforward. I'll have a review of that, once we're done free play. We'll 100% that before I review it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I finished up Arkham Knight and all the DLC, which I'll be talking about in just a few minutes. That'll be my review today.
Excellent.
Also played some various and sundry, just random Sega Genesis, N64 stuff on the Switch. And the big news is I got a PlayStation 5. We no longer have only one PlayStation for the three of us. I got one as well because my cousin accidentally bought two and sold me the extra. So I got it for MSRP, which I'm very happy with.
I was about to say, okay, good.
No. She charged me exactly what she paid, which was perfect. She even gave me like the receipt to prove that's what she paid for it from Sony.
How do you accidentally buy two online?
So she, basically she entered the will call list on Sony with both her email and her dad's email.
Doesn't she realize how much she
both names came up at once, and so she bought one and her dad bought one, thinking, "Oh, wait a minute, there's no way these names come up at the same time." Yeah. And they did, so they got two, and they gave me the extra, or they sold me the extra. So, So I've been playing Astro's Playroom, which, oh my god, that little game is a riot. It's so much fun.
VR. That was fun.
Did you?
It's like a VR version of it. Yeah.
So it's a little different. Yeah, the Astro's Playroom is a showcase of like the features of the PS5. Yeah. But there is an Astro game for PSVR.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
It's a different game though.
Like Mario.
Yeah, it's very Mario-like.
It's like I said to Paul, it's basically like playing Mario Odyssey with not Mario.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, this is really cool. And like this ridiculously innovative controller.
Yeah. I was
consistently blown away. I did it on stream because I was just so amazed at the work that went into this little tech demo. So yeah, Astro's Playroom is very, very cool. And I look forward to seeing more of the PlayStation 5. I've got Spider-Man coming in tomorrow. So the stream this Wednesday will be Sony Spider-Man.
Excellent.
Very excited move right from Batman into Spider-Man.
Speaking of Batman.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let me switch over. Swing. It should, yeah.
Yeah, stop listening.
I did hit play on the video. Audio should be working.
Nice.
Damn it. Are you serious? It's off? Okay. Well, now I don't know how to fix this. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I will fix this.
Beep boop.
This. Add audio. You can hear me and Josh, but not Zach? No way.
So fucked.
Is Zach just quiet or is he inaudible?
Is he inedible?
Quiet. The fuck? All right, how about now? Can you hear him? Oh, as an off. Okay, Jesus Christ. All right, hang on. Yeah. Add existing. There we go. All right, how about now?
Trying to talk. Can we talk? Can we hear?
That's weird that you can hear Josh, though. I
don't
know
that's
why.
So strange.
That's awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna have to really dig into these settings once we get everything. It's all fixed. Right. Okay, go ahead and let's restart the review.
So yes, I finished the Batman Arkham series. Played them all except the Riddler challenges, which I acknowledge are actually necessity in the plot of Batman Arkham Knight, which is actually going to end up being points off for me. And I'll talk about that later. But basically, they tried, like, the Riddler challenges are not stream-worthy content. It's just pinpointing a thing on the map and then going to find something, lining up two pieces of a puzzle and taking a snapshot of it. Just random garbage like that. It's very tedious and very time consuming. and just doesn't make for entertaining content. We tried it briefly during Arkham Asylum, and the unilateral agreement was this is not something you do on stream. It's something you do off stream. But the problem is, as soon as you finish it, it triggers the end game scene. So you're like, oh, well, now I didn't capture that. So it was a little bit foolish. It was developed by Rocksteady Studios. This is Batman Arkham Knight. Developed by Rocksteady Studios. It was released on the 23rd of June in 2015. I played it on PC, which is where I've always played the Batman Arkham games, but it is also available on PS4 and Xbox One. What did I like about it? It's just another Batman Arkham game. The voice acting is phenomenal. The graphics are fun. The aesthetic is beautiful. The storytelling is top-notch. So it's just a very standard, expected Batman Arkham experience. I was saying to chat when we played the Harley Quinn DLC that if Harley plays anything like she does in the DLC in the upcoming Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game, I'm going to be very happy. Everybody plays and feels as they should. So that's just a giant positive. It's hard to get Batman wrong, really. You do dark and gritty and give it good voice acting with a good story, and it's going to feel like Batman. What did I not like about it? The Batmobile. Someone on IGN, I believe, said that the Batmobile segments are about the least Batman thing you could possibly do.
That's sad.
Right from the first stream. Well, you would think, well, no. Investigating and flying around the city. Those are the two Batman things. Like, come on. They predicated an entire trilogy of games before Arkham Knight on just those two things alone. Yeah. And combat, of course. So driving the Batmobile around, RPD made the joke that it felt like I was playing the Grand Tour game again without Clarkson, Hammond, and May. Like to the point where I would do the Jeremy Clarkson voice almost every time I got in the Batmobile.
What does that mean? Like what about it made it feel?
It's just a racing game. It's just a driving game.
So
you drive around the city. There's no point to it. And then occasionally you turn into a combat ready tank and start blasting things that are in 360 degrees around you, so you can't physically look at them all.
Yeah, I see you rolling around right now.
Yeah,
in the tank.
It's good timing for that. Yeah, the Batmobile segments are absolute garbage. And the Deathstroke fight is in the Batmobile.
Ooh.
It's like, no,
I hate that.
That's not what Deathstroke does or is about.
Right.
Sounds terrible.
You just fight him in the Batmobile, the same as you fight anything else throughout the game, and then there's a quick time event to apprehend him. And I was livid. I mean, I was noticeably angry to the point where the chat was like, can we is there a way to just skip this bit? Because this is, clearly we're enjoying this, but you're not. And that's a problem. So yeah, the Batmobile segments are absolute dog poop. The other thing that I really didn't like is how they utilize Joker. Joker was killed at the end, spoiler alerts, of Arkham City. Yeah. And they brought him back as a component of Batman's conscience. They still had Mark Hamill voicing him, which is always great. But it's like it just didn't feel like the Joker was part of it. Like it felt like he was forced into the story.
I mean, that's a good concept to have it be like part of Batman's psyche now, especially since he killed him, that guilt and all that. But if it feels like it was shoehorned in instead of feeling like something that like flows naturally as part of like his inner monologue, then that I can see why that would
almost like it like seems like they thought they made a mistake killing him in the story and they just like wanted to use the Joker.
Pretty much. And like he'll just like appear on a rooftop and talk at you for a while. That's kind of all he does. Or if you die, he'll be like, "Oh no, Bats, I didn't kill you." Blah. It's like, okay, this is just annoying at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a bummer. It just felt like a disservice to the Joker after how prolific a villain he was in the first two Rocksteady Studios games, and I mean he wasn't really in Origins all that much. So yeah, that was a bummer. The story was phenomenal though. Like in general, they did this really cool twist on. Spoilers. Cover your ears if you don't want to hear this, but the Arkham Knight is Jason Todd.
Okay.
And I was like, oh wow, like Jason is that unhinged that he would become a serial killer beyond the Red, like way beyond Red Hood, and then sort of settles into the Red Hood afterward.
Did you watch the most recent season of Titans?
No, I haven't watched Titans at all yet.
Never mind.
That's okay. Yeah, so the story was really cool. The integration of all the villains. They did a Gotham's Most Wanted segment where it's all side quests, it's all optional, but you feel compelled to do them because they all contribute a little bit to the main story. Mm-hmm. So the story was incredibly engaging to the point where I wanted to dive in on every single subquest. Barring, of course, the Riddler challenges because they're just tedious and awful. The gameplay in general was very fun. If I was fighting, if I was doing a stalker mission or a predator mission rather, and kill death from above sort of stuff. If I was investigating, if I was ripping the hell out of a circuit box and re-hot wiring it or something like that, anytime I was being Batman and doing Batman things, it was incredibly fun gameplay. My one big question mark is they changed the controls up in between this one and City. So I sat down to start playing this game and I had to completely relearn how to play a Batman Arkham game.
That's weird. Is it the same developer?
It is the same developer.
That's an odd choice,
and Origins, which happened in between City and Night, which was not by the same developer, was the same controls as the other two.
Weird.
So I'm like, that's a very odd decision.
I wanted to unstale in it, maybe. It was
but choosing a side mission, and choosing your gear and stuff was all on the D-pad, and I'm like, why? You've got other buttons for you've got a perfectly good system that works. Why are you breaking this? So it wasn't a big deal. I learned it pretty quickly, but it was frustrating for the first half hour or so. And then even still, I could never remember which of the D-pad buttons did what function. Right up till the very end, I would press all the D-pad buttons trying to find the right one. So it was frustrating. But in general, the gameplay is extremely fun, with the exception of the Batmobile. And they throw that stupid Batmobile at you every possible chance they get. You're in there 15, 20 times over the course of the story. And it's like, why can't it's closer for me to just take to the skies and fly to the next generation. Why are you forcing me to drive the stupid Batmobile? Why am I carting Poison Ivy around? Why am I?
Strange way to make a game feel very disjointed.
Exactly. And I was like, man, this is some tedium. So it does lose some points there. As far as the story, it's like a 9 out of 10. It's so good. Obviously, there's some bits that I would have done differently, like the Joker thing. But all in all, very good. Gameplay, again, loses some points because of the Batmobile segments. It's more like a 6 because of how often they force you to do the Batmobile stuff. But if you take the Batmobile stuff out of it, it's, again, like a 9. The art and the aesthetic is brilliant. The best the Batman franchise has ever been. It's dark and gritty, but also real. You can change the bat suit to annoy Prime in chat one time. I switched to the Dark Knight costume because I could. So that was, they give you a lot of different options, a lot of customizability of the way you want Batman to look. I think I finished it in the Tim Burton costume, which was
when you were in the Dark Knight costume. Did you talk like Christian Bale?
Of course I did.
Oh God.
Until my voice gave out, and there's only so much GT's kombucha in the world, not a sponsor.
Right.
The music, again, I have no idea because I was streaming it and I had to mute it because it's copy protected.
That's fine.
Thanks, Twitch. Real helpful.
Well, in WB too, there's
absolutely.
plenty of games you can play the music from the game on Twitch, but WB is one of those companies that will hit you with that copyright strike instantly.
Exactly. So that was, I'm going to say that it's an NA out of 10, not applicable out of 10. Cannot rate. The sound design, it's awesome. The voice acting is perfect. It's not Christian Bale. what's the guy's name?
Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy. Thank you.
I was about to
say,
Mark Hamill,
the only Batman
Tara
voice.
Yeah, correct. It's all the best voices from the entire franchise. It's perfect. The voice acting and the sound design, absolute 10 out of 10. Not even a single point off. How long did it take me? It did take me longer than the other Batman games, and I think part of that is because of my compulsion to do all the side quests on camera. The other ones, I did all the side quests off camera and just said, "Hey, look, I did the thing," because there's no connection really to the story. But the more criminals you apprehend in Arkham Knight, the better the story ending becomes.
Nice.
And the more conclusive it becomes. So it did take me noticeably longer, but that's a good thing. That's not a problem. Was the game difficult? No, other than the Batmobile segments. I died a ton on the Batmobile segments because they're just so miserable and not fun. They are not fun. Would I play a sequel? I mean, we plan to. We've got Gotham Knights coming up on This Is Difficult Versus, as well as Suicide Squad Killing Justice League. But I like the fact that those are all multiplayer, and we're going to play those together. It's going to be great.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, like I said on stream, if Nightwing and Harley play the way they played in Arkham City, or Arkham Knight rather, I will be a very happy camper, because those are my two characters. Those are the ones I've called dibs on.
Yeah.
And so we intend to play a sequel on that one. So here comes the overall rating. And oh dear. If you take the Batmobile segments out of this game, my enjoyment level was right up there with Metroid Dread. I gave Metroid Dread, I think, an 8.7. And so I would put this at the same level as that. I mean, it was the same kind of enjoyment, the same feeling, the same, like, yes, I did it. But then you throw the Batmobile segments in, and the highest I can give this game is a 7.
Damn.
Yeah, it
That's
absolutely
powerful.
tanks the rating.
It tanks.
Pun intended. It's just absolutely awful. And the Deathstroke thing, I knew it was coming because I'd heard it spoiled. I was like holding out hope that wasn't what it was about, that it wasn't just a dumb QuickTime event and a bunch of Batmobile stuff.
Ugh.
And then it was. And I looked dead in the camera. I cut back to my face cam, look dead in the camera and go, I hate you, chat. I love you, but I hate you for making me do that. It was just...
Yeah, they make you play that game.
Well, to make me play that specific subquest. I was just like, damn, this absolutely tanks the rating. It's not an expensive game at this point. You can get it on sale pretty much all the time, and you can get it for dirt cheap. If you enjoy the other games, just know that you're going to be in for a lot with the Batmobile, and you'll still enjoy it. Go in knowing that, and you'll still very much enjoy it. But it is what it is, and I hope Rocksteady learns from that with Suicide Squad, because I don't want any more car stuff. That's like, if I want car stuff, I'm going to go play Forza Horizon 5 or Gran Tour. I don't want that in my Batman. You can do cinematics in the Batmobile. That's fine, but don't make me drive the thing again.
Interesting. Wow. Right on. Does that wrap it up?
That's my review. That's my review of Arkham Knight. I look very much forward to Gotham Knights and to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. But let's hope they learn.
Yeah, for
sure. Basically, you're saying this is the worst.
Level.
This is the worst Batman game, is what you said. Basically, just
absolutely.
The worst of this series.
It is the worst of this series.
Okay.
Yep.
Damn.
Just wanted to clarify. Damn, by like a good 10 points.
10.
Yeah. Full point. Like
10.
Yeah.
10 tenths of a point.
10 tenths of a point.
10 moves. I don't know.
All right, right on. All right, let's switch back over, and we're gonna talk about some Game Awards stuff. So here we go.
Yep.
All right. So the Game Awards are coming up. They are on the 9th, I believe.
December 9th.
December the 9th. And while I don't agree with a lot of what they picked, I think it's fun to talk. I wouldn't say any, but still fun to talk about it. And so we figured we'd go through. We're gonna make this a 2-part thing, just because there's so many categories.
It's like the Oscars. Just keep adding categories.
Right. So
nice controller feel.
Right. So we'll go through some of these categories and talk about them, and
Best
give our
single frame
opinions,
still.
give our predictions, so on and so forth. So the first one we're going to take a look at, we're obviously we're going to save Game of the Year for last, so we're going to do that next week, right?
Yep.
So let's go ahead and skip that one for right now. Let's talk about Best Game Direction. Let me pull
So
this up real quick.
That's talking about like the director of the game, right? Like
making decisions on. So
Last of Us.
Yeah. Just like the director of a movie, right?
Yeah.
So
where are you seeing these? Is this in the pinned?
Yeah, no, I just sent it in the regular chat. I just sent
okay.
So Best Game Direction. The games that we have are Deathloop, Arcane Studios / Bethesda produced. It Takes Two, Hazelight Studios / EA, Returnal, which was House Marquee and Sony Entertainment, Psychonauts 2, which is Double Fine and Xbox Studios, and then Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which would be Insomniac and Sony that put that out. So those are their picks for Best Game Direction. Did either of you guys play any of these?
No, but based on
I watched you play a couple.
Yeah, based on watching people play these, I'd probably give this to Ratchet and Clank based on like the cinematography. If we're just talking about director.
I'd be inclined to give it to Psychonauts 2. I mean, they talked up like at PAX when they were talking about this at first. They talked a lot about the decisions that were made for that game. Bringing back certain characters and voice actors from the first, and the hoops that they had to jump through to do that. But I think I'm with you, Josh. Like, I think the decision, because Ratchet and Clank has, first of all, been around a lot longer.
Exactly.
But at least I think so.
Huge.
I think
early move
in order
to PS5 also.
And I think the decisions that had to be made to make that franchise relevant again and make it engaging and fun and introduce a whole bunch of new characters, that takes a lot more effort in my mind to make it engaging and to make people want to play that game. It's a franchise that's always kind of overshadowed by a number of other ones. And Paul, you really enjoyed Ratchet and Clank, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I did. I thought it was very good. So of those two games, or of the games that I just mentioned, the only two that I have played are Returnal and Ratchet and Clank. And while Ratchet and Clank, to me, definitely it felt like you're playing a Pixar movie, which everyone said, about 1 million times. We're beating a dead horse with that one. Returnal has a really crazy, cool narrative, and the way that it's told to you, I think, is so unique. I don't know that I've played a game like it. So I'd honestly give this one to Returnal. If you were to ask my opinion between the two, it's close because I thought Ratchet and Clank was very good, but it wasn't as, even though it looked and felt like you were playing one of these, like high quality animated movies. As far as like, if I was to make these both into movies, right, and use the directorial styles that they used, I think Returnal's a better movie. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe for us, right, Paul? Because the kind of movies that we are into lend them, like Returnal would lend itself really well to. But I think the kind of movies with universal mass market appeal, I think that's gonna go to Ratchet and Clank.
Maybe. So I honestly don't think either of these are gonna win. Like, if we're talking predictions, I don't think either of those games are gonna win. I think it's going to be between Deathloop and Psychonauts 2. Actually, maybe, gosh, It Takes Two I've heard really amazing things about.
I didn't hear great things about Psychonauts 2. Why is it all of a sudden being talked about at all? Like,
I've heard
really
again, this is like that corner case about it, Josh. Like, the gameplay was not as strong, from what I understand, as I'm reading.
First one sucked. Also, I don't even get why this is a cult classic.
I don't. Really
I'm with you, Josh. There's no interest in, like, for me in those games, but I know so many people, including our friend 4Gs, who absolutely loves those games. Yeah. So, but a lot of people raved about Deathloop, despite it looking like a hunk of trash. A lot of people raved about It Takes Two, which I actually think it looks cool, and that's got a very unique storytelling device too, and it's all co-op, and it's the whole. It's kind of like The Parent Trap. If The Parent Trap was some magical book that turned you into, like dolls or whatever, but I see those things kind of having an edge over Returnal and Ratchet and Clank, even though if you were to ask my opinion, I think both of those probably have better game direction. And Returnal in particular, like I said, the way it tells its story and like how they were most like roguelike games, I feel like the story is completely lost on you, right? Like you almost don't even think about it.
Well, I mean, Hades definitely not.
Okay, sure. Hades not, but many others, sure. It's definitely kind of like an afterthought. Whereas Returnal, it all revolves around the story, and even though you're in these procedurally generated environments, like the set pieces are very intentional, and there's a lot of like subliminal messaging going on as far as like what the different like biomes and stuff are supposed to represent. So I think it's just kind of an ingenious game. It's extraordinarily hard, but it's a really cool game, and to me that would be my pick. Do I see it winning? I don't know. I think one of these other kind of more talked about games is going to, but that'd be my pick. Yeah.
It's the same as what we said about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. My friend and I was like, it basically doesn't matter anymore. It's basically just a corporate wank fest, but
right.
Circle jerk. There's the phrase I'm looking for. But it's still
the next category we have is best narrative. And funny enough, 3 of the games that we mentioned previously are on this list.
And the other 2 are.
So we got
a hot mess.
We got Deathloop. We have It Takes Two. We have Life is Strange: True Colors. We have Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy, which I heard is incredible. Which again, the game looked like a hunk of shit to me.
I've
heard literally the opposite from everyone that I've talked to about this game, or any reviews that I've watched. Everyone raves about how good it is. I might check it out if it's free anytime.
Disney.
Yeah, they might be. I don't know. And then Psychonauts 2. So, Josh, what's your prediction here? What are your
probably
thoughts?
Deathloop? If we're talking about,
you think Deathloop best narrative?
Yeah, just because I've heard it has like such a unique twist, and like if we're talking about best narrative, it probably has a very fucking confusing storyline that intrigues people, like Inception style, but in reality isn't as good as necessarily any other game. So I'm going with that based on its creative style mixed with its story elements, probably making it a strong candidate for this category. I think. But I probably, you said Psychonauts was on this?
Yeah, Psychonauts too.
So that also has like a high chance based on its following. We're getting a massive amount of people that are going to love the story no matter what. And I heard the story was one of the strongest parts of the game. Yeah. Although again, they were like, everyone was like, it's as good as the original. And I was like, I didn't see like any standouts to the original. And I played it. I beat the game. And I was like, what the fuck? The ending, everything?
Yeah. I
didn't get it. So if it's as good, I don't see why this is on this list at all. But I think that it has justification to be a winner in this category.
I love that Josh never hides his true feelings. That's one thing I love about Josh. Zach, what are your thoughts on this category? Do you have a prediction? Do you have a pick, a personal pick? I haven't played any of these games, so I don't have a personal choice, but I've got to guess what I think.
Why isn't Pokemon Snap on this? I'm just
kidding. Right?
Best narrative.
Best narrative?
Yeah.
Okay.
The narrative is fire.
It is actually
I haven't played it, so.
I can't believe you haven't played that game. It's a really feel-good game.
I think Josh is right. I think Deathloop takes it here. I think enough of us were kind of vocal about Guardians of the Galaxy being like looking like a hot mess.
Yeah.
So not
and
playing
just
it.
seeming like it looked like enough of a hot mess that I was just like, I'm not going to play this.
Looks like even if it is good, it's probably a story akin to the movies. So I'm just
right,
like,
exactly. Like
Yeah.
there's an expectation,
Yeah, exactly.
and I no longer care.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I do think it's Deathloop here. I think Deathloop.
You think so?
takes it.
Okay, for me, having not played any of these games, I think it's going to be Life is Strange, True Colors, and the reason for that is this game is only narrative, right? So like, it's an is it? It's Square Enix and Deck Nine.
That could be indie.
So and the other Life is Strange games have always been highly regarded for their narrative, and I mean that's pretty much all you're doing is
Good.
that's all
That
the
could be
game
it.
is. So
Let's hope that
if
one
this
wins.
doesn't win, then like what are they doing? They're not
That's true.
right. So that's my guess. Having no experience with any of these games, let's check it on another category. Clickety. Best art direction.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go. This is a good one. We do have a couple repeat offenders.
Yeah, like the whole thing.
No, not the whole thing. So the first one on here is The Artful Escape, which I've never even heard of this game.
Heard of that? It looks gorgeous though.
I've never even heard
like
of
that
this.
aesthetic.
I want to click on this. Oh, I gotta sign in for that shit.
When did you get in? Art?
I don't know. The Artful Escape. Never heard of it. This is Beethoven and Dinosaur, Anna Peruna.
Annapurna?
Yeah, I can read. No, I can't. Thank you. Anna Peruna.
Let's fucking. Oh, it's a platformer.
Yeah.
It's a platformer.
Yep.
Let's give this to Kina.
Dude, that's my choice. Okay, Deathloop is the second one. Kina Bridge of Spirits.
And there's your boy, your
It's just
my girl.
3D, so I don't see it winning.
Your girl. There's
I hate
the
to say
Psychonauts 2. I agree with you, Josh. I don't think that's going to win. And honestly, as much as I love Kina Bridge of Spirits, and I do think the art direction in that game is good, I don't think it's as high caliber as the other games on this list.
This is a weak list.
Psychonauts 2 and then Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. So honestly, we'll throw it to Zach real quick first on this one. What are your thoughts?
Man. I think we all have the same answer, actually.
Dude, I would love to see it go to Kina. I don't think it can. I just of the ones of the 5 in front of me, that's the one that my eyes are drawn to.
That scene.
Artful Escape. I mean, it's got art in the name, so again, if it ain't doing it, then
well, sure. But like, I just looked at some gameplay footage from Artful Escape, and it's like that still does not do it justice.
Is it gorgeous? I'm gonna look it up on my other.
It's chunky and weird.
Oh, really?
It looks like Guitar Hero. It looks like Guitar Hero. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, this still is very cool, and I'm not thrilled with the rest. Like, I just kind of scrubbed through it. Like, I didn't, watch the whole thing. Obviously, it's multiple hours, but I was like, no, I don't think so. I do like the art direction of Deathloop. I like that a lot. I think it's very cool looking.
None of these are good.
But I also think that Psychonauts and Ratchet and Clank are too corporate, almost. Like we said, that Ratchet and Clank is kind of like a Pixar movie.
Mm-hmm. Ratchet and Clank's gorgeous. There's not a moment of that game when it's not gorgeous. There's not a single moment.
It's not unique.
That's why I think the 3 on the right here don't even qualify, because like they're just 3D games.
Right. Exactly.
And this whole list is crap, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't like any.
Where are the indie games? Where is like anything indie?
Well, again, Josh, corporate circle jerk.
Yeah, this is like a really sad list because we would see shit like Cuphead and stuff normally, but this is like.
Is there a game from this year that you guys would pick as?
That's more beautiful. That's the thing. Maybe not that I even played.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is the list because
I have one. I have one.
Which one?
Go ahead.
Narita Boy.
Oh my God! How's that on the list?
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Yes, that should be the winner, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay.
That game.
I can't believe that.
So this is difficult calling right here. It's a dark horse pick. It's going to be Narita Boy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, but that's what we would pick. Yeah.
I bet if there's a top 10, it's in it. But like, I think this
I hope
top
so.
5 went to big wigs. Like literally,
But
now,
I mean-
now that you mentioned it, the 4 on the right are all just giant corporate
Yeah.
bullshit.
The
I don't
only
know.
one that's unique
Kena
is
is not.
Artful Escape.
Kena is a indie game.
It's an indie game, that's true. But
And
it's still
it
going
is
for-
gorgeous, and the art
it's-
direction is good. I just don't think that it is quite the
It's trying to
caliber.
fit in with
of-
the others. It's not trying to be unique.
Right. Exactly.
Which I think Narita Boy is the
So-
most unique game that came out this year. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Narita Boy.
But I think by process of elimination, I mean, I'd like to see it go to Artful Escape just because it's different.
I'd
Sure,
agree.
I bet it goes to Psychonauts on this one.
It's probably going to go to Psychonauts.
Yeah.
I would hate that. I think that doesn't deserve
That's my prediction. Let's see. Let's pick another one. What is a good one? You guys want to do an audio based one?
No, because we haven't played enough of these games.
Yeah, that's true.
We'd actually have to play it. Like Forza Horizon 5 shows up on the audio.
I mean,
design.
why don't we
Like,
just read off these audio ones? We don't have to
Sure.
give our opinions. Best audio design. We've got Deathloop, Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah, okay. Forza Horizon 5 is just voice acting and the Foo Fighters.
Uh-huh.
Don't get me wrong, as a colossal Foo Fighters fan, I'm loving it. But that's I'm sorry, that's not the audio design. That's just cherry picking songs from the new record.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Resident Evil Village, and Returnal. Now, I will say these two things. Ratchet and Clank has a lot of really cool, unique weapons that all have very, very good audio design applied to them. Returnal, same thing. But what Returnal does that is extremely cool is it makes insanely good use of the 3D audio on the PS5. Like that's probably the best example of 3D audio that I've seen used in a long time. And so for me, I would actually, throw Returnal into the hat. What is it? I'd pick Returnal. That's fine. Something about a hat.
Now that you mentioned that, when you mentioned the thing about the guns in Ratchet and Clank, I did also think about the engines of the cars, which are noticeably different in Forza Horizon. But they didn't stick out in my mind.
Sure.
It's like when I watch the Grand Tour, I can delineate the difference between a Porsche 911 and a Bentley, right? Those are very, very different engine types. And I know that I can look away and be like, oh, Richard is driving Oliver right now, the Opel Kadett.
Regular humans do that.
But I mean, how hard is it to sample engine noise?
Right.
I'm sorry, that doesn't take much effort. You get a loaner car from the company, throw a microphone under the bonnet, and rev it real loud.
There you go.
I will say, I think the one that we aren't thinking about that is probably going to win this category is Resident Evil because scary games have really good ambiance.
They have to.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We talked about it in our Halloween show.
Background sounds.
Returnal has those qualities too, though. It definitely has like a horror, like Alien-esque, survival horror.
I don't know if we know enough for this one.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's tough. But yeah, my
best musical score
choice is Returnal on that best musical score. So this is oh shit, did I pick
all wrong?
My
choice isn't even on this.
Okay. Best musical score. Again, we got Artful Escape, Cyberpunk 2077, Deathloop. Dude, Deathloop's in every category.
Yeah, Deathloop just cleaned up in nominations.
Dude, it's like they're trying to get people to buy this game because no one did.
Kind of what it seems like.
Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy and Near Replicant. I haven't played any of these games. I hear the music's
fair to
really
say
good.
Marvel. Is this fair to say Guardians could even be on this list? Because we all know the soundtrack is going to be like music,
like classic rock and stuff.
Like classic rock, which is great.
Yeah.
Is it even like fair to?
I don't know.
Well, that's assuming they can license it.
Music.
Yeah.
Like
oh God. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I don't know enough about that. Let's grab a different one.
My vote was not on that list, by the way. The best soundtrack wasn't even there.
Let's pick. Okay, let's grab. We'll finish off tonight with best indie. How about that?
Yes, that's more our thing.
Okay, so best indie, we have 12 Minutes.
Dude, the winner isn't even on here either.
Death's Door. Inscription. Kena Bridge of Spirits and Loop Hero. Josh, what are your thoughts, man?
Where's Hades?
Hades came out
didn't come
last
out
year.
this year. Yeah, it was last
Did
year.
it really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, what is this year?
That was a lot of people's pick for Game of the Year last year. In fact, it was nominated for Game of the Year last year.
Oh, really? That's right. Oh, yeah. Wow. I can't believe that was that long ago, though. I do remember talking about it with you guys now.
Yeah, 2020 sucked.
I probably want Kina on this, but I will admit I haven't played Death's Door, and it's really intriguing me.
It looks really good.
I
hear it's really good. The thing is, I hear it falls short narratively. It has a couple of shortcomings. I hear if you like a Zelda-like experience,
that's why,
it's fun. But like the puzzles are kind of basic and never really hit that Zelda level. And same thing with the narrative. It looks really super fun and gorgeous to me though. 12 minutes I played with Chamali for a little bit.
Didn't we play that with Chamali?
And it was really cool. Though I find it hard to believe that this is going to win just because, I mean, a lot of people didn't like it because they didn't like the story.
Yeah.
But so, though I think the story is, while kind of disturbing, is still very good and well told. You got to kind of have a, not a, it's not for the lighthearted, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've never even heard of Inscription. Kena Bridge of Spirits, though, that game's incredible. That's my pick for best indie for sure.
Yeah, that's just a big game compared to these.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Loop Hero is.
I don't either.
I'm trying to think.
What's a
I think I
Devolver
know
game,
of
so.
Loop Hero, but yeah, I don't know enough about it to really say. Devolver.
I'm noticing right off the bat that 3 of these games were Devolver Digital. So my guess is Devolver's going to take this one home.
Yeah.
For one of those 3.
Yeah.
I haven't played any of them. And I haven't seen any of them. Whereas the other 2 I have seen. Paul, I watched you play Kena, and you and I played 12 minutes with Chamali. I would like to see it go to 12 minutes or Kena, one or the other. Yeah. I don't think it's going to.
I feel like they might have done that because they think Kena is going to take it, and they're like, "Shit, we need to get a horse in this race."
Maybe, yeah.
But I mean, if that were the case, then where's Narita Boy?
Yeah, where is
Narita Boy not on this list?
Dude, yeah. Tell me about it.
I actually don't understand that.
I would still.
Did not sell?
That's close. To me, it would be like Kena and then Narita Boy, there, really close. But both of those games are so
Blue
good.
Fire should be on this.
Right, Blue Fire should be in here too.
Blue Fire should really be on this.
Blue Fire didn't have a great launch though. It was pretty glitchy at launch.
That's true.
It was so glitchy that I put it down. Remember, and I couldn't play it.
Actually, that's something I didn't mention in the Arkham Knight review. Is it did not launch well on PC, but.
All right. Well, so next week we're going to finish this up. There's still plenty of cool things to choose from here as far as categories, and we'll definitely go, do our Game of the Year predictions as well. So yeah, I think that was a nice little dip into the nominees for the Game Awards. These, honestly, the only reason I'm watching the Game Awards this year is for the announcements. Can we? Yeah. I'd be fine with them not even giving out awards and just doing a cool, mini E3 in the middle of December like they usually do. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, that's how I feel.
And my guess is if we are available, we will probably do a watch along of the Game Awards in the Discord. So feel free to. I think the Discord is down below. Yes, Paul.
Yeah, it should be. I haven't done it yet because I'm bad at my job.
Oh, there we go. So yeah, join our Discord and you can hang out with us as we watch the Game Awards. Most likely, at least one, if not 2 or 3 of us will be in.
What night is that?
The 9th. That would be a Thursday, maybe. Thursday night. So
okay,
Thursday. So we'll probably be live for Brawl Brothers then.
Yeah, we probably will be live for Brawl Brothers then.
We'll watch along that way.
Yeah. So there you go. We'll check it out then. So yeah, anyway, thanks everyone for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Is first show back since I moved. Still getting the place set up. Hopefully we don't run into the same problems we had tonight next week, because I'm gonna have to totally redo all this shit when I get my new desk. So that's exciting. Anyway, but thanks again. If you're watching us live, you're on my Twitch channel. As soon as I'm finished getting this all set up, I'll get back to my regular streaming schedule, which will be Tuesdays and Thursdays, where I'll play whatever ongoing game I'm playing on Tuesday, and then Thursday I'll either be doing Brawl Brothers or Souls Mates, and then
I like that.
Samurai Saturday is on Saturdays. We always play a samurai game, and then of course back here on Sunday nights for the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please share it and like and all that stuff too. But sharing really, really is very helpful to us, and we appreciate that. It's also caring, yes. And that's about all I got, unless you want to yell at me on Twitter about something. It's right below at Ryugami-sama. Josh, where can we find you, man?
Yes, Lord Yeshua and Lord Yeshua TTV. And I forgot to mention something I did this week, but it refers to my streaming. So I actually did get a Donkey Kong world record while playing this week. I got 6th place, freeze any percent. And so I've kind of been running that. Yay to me. I've been running that, so watch me do some Donkey Kong runs.
Yeah, let's see more of that.
Yeah, I stopped in the other day. It looked like a lot of fun. So.
I was in the middle of moving when you were doing that. So
I popped in very briefly,
but so you might see me stream and do that, because
cool.
I could easily shave like a lot of time off. So.
Yeah, let's see more of that.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Zach, what about you, man?
Zach, yeah.
I am on Twitch at Another Letdown, as well as YouTube on Another Letdown CF. I am live on Twitch Wednesdays now. I've swapped slots with Paul so he can do his karate stuff, and so I can join in with Brawl Brothers from time to time, probably like once a month or so.
Also, hell yeah.
And then Wednesdays we do whatever game I'm working on. I just got the PS5, so I'm gonna rock through Spider-Man. Very excited. Fridays, we do tabletop simulator cooperative board games, usually focused around the Arkham Horror Files stuff from Fantasy Flight Games. And then Saturdays, we do miniatures painting. I hang out with Paul's brother Adam and our friend Mike, and we work through whatever we have that we're working on. I'm working on Ghost Rider right now.
Ooh, Ghost Rider. Terrible movie.
It's good noise, good background noise.
I like the Ghost Rider movie.
I do too.
The first one.
The first one, the second one's absolute hot mess. But
yeah,
there are two. But I mean, I like anything with Nicolas Cage in it because he's just Nicolas Cage.
My brother's been really, really trying to sell me on some terrible sounding Nicolas Cage movies recently.
They're all
The Color Out of Space, man.
Trash.
Have you watched?
I gotta see it.
The Rock is
that movie's great.
The Rock
is
one
of his best movies.
Yeah. Face Off, another good one.
I don't like Face Off as much as everyone else does.
It's not good.
It's not good, but
it's good for like the memes.
It's a cult classic.
Yeah, exactly.
What was that one? Where they're in the plane.
Con
Yeah, Con Air.
Con Air. Yeah,
it's a great movie too.
Good movie. Anywho, so yeah, you can give me a follow on the Twitches and catch my replays on YouTube and hang out with me on Wednesday night for Spider-Man, because very excited, and we'll talk all about the new movie that's coming out soon that I'm incredibly apprehensive about.
Oh, yeah, I saw the Eternals also, by the way, guys.
I did too.
You told us that last time. You said it was great. Yes.
I thought it was
great.
And Zach, what do you say?
Oh dear.
I'm sure he has complaints.
As a comics fan, I have lots of complaints that I will spare you. As a filmmaker, it jumped around way too much. But as an MCU fan, I think it opens a lot of doors.
Thank you. So that's the one that I was excited about.
Yep,
was that
exactly. The doors are open. I'm excited for that. But I think the Eternals as a movie kind of sucked.
I think they put a lot in. It could have been a miniseries on Disney Plus.
It should have been a Disney
really
Plus
cool.
series.
And each episode intro a new character
instead of all the jumping back. Yeah.
But
right on. All right. Well, thanks again. Everyone have an awesome night. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.